Women of Reddit, what's one thing every girl should know but is rarely taught? If you wear see-through clothing like a white blouse and don't want your bra to show, wear a skin color bra that matches your skin tone. The reason why celebs always look perfect in their clothing is because they get it professionally tailored. It's not because you're too thin/fat for the clothes in the shops, but because you probably don't get your clothes altered. Well-fitting clothes make the biggest difference. How to change a tire. My grandfather taught all of us granddaughters so we wouldn't get stranded on the highway. Also, how to use jumper cables. I know a surprising number of grown-ass adults who can't jump a dead battery without coaching. You really don't need to hover over the toilet. It's okay to sit. If you must hover, wipe up your pee off the seat. Ugh. Just as boys should learn how periods work, yeah, it can get gross and achy. But nothing to be afraid of, girls should have a better understanding of how erections really work. Erections happen long before puberty does. It happens to infant boys all the time. Erections are not always in nature. It can be comparable to goosebumps. You feel a draft and suddenly your skin is bumpy. They can happen for seemingly no reason at all. Some boys can't concentrate. Some might even feel like freaks. However, this process is normal and part of physically maturing into an adult. Just as it is wrong to make assumptions about a girl's arousal and make them to do something they don't want to do, it's equally bad to do that to a boy. Puberty is gross and weird and awkward for everyone. Please be kinder to each other. That movie stars and the like are wearing a lot of makeup to look so fantastic. Maybe this should be obvious. I always knew they were wearing makeup. What I didn't realize was how much and how big of a difference it makes when a professional makeup artist prepares a star versus a girl whose mom never taught her how to put on makeup trying online tips. I honestly didn't even realize what makeup could do until I saw a boy make himself look like Kim Kardashian with just makeup a few months ago. I honestly thought for the longest time that most of the actors, musicians and models were naturally and effortlessly beautiful. What to expect when you go to the gynecologist? I swear they just took me there when I was 13 for what they said was a checkup. Someone seriously needs to walk you through what's going to happen. Edit, since people are asking why a 13-year-old would be taken to a gyno. I had taken some antibiotics a few weeks before that had killed off the normal flora, because antibiotic don't just kill bad bacteria, but also good bacteria. I had mentioned to her that it was itchy down there. Yeast infection caused by antibiotics is extremely common. If you wear see-through clothing like a white blouse and don't want your bra to show, wear a skin color bra that matches your skin tone. Or wear a nude one as a black lady and look super ashy. Vulva care and maintenance. Seriously. Most schools talk a bit about menstruation and STDs, but don't talk at all about how many things can go wonky with female plumbing or prepare girls for the Pandora's box/Rubik's Cube they've got between their legs. Most women find out only after having an issue, and only if it's bad enough to need a doctor, sometimes in their 20s or 30s. Things like UTIs, BV, PIV, yeast infections can cause damage if you don't get them treated quickly. Douching is bad, okay. Never wash your with soap or put anything like body lotion up there. Thongs can cause problems. Tight jeans can cause problems. Bad underwear material or infrequent underwear changing can cause problems. Lotions and detergents can cause irritation. Hormones, discharge, and menstruation changes and fluctuates across a cycle, so what's normal and what indicates a problem? And as far as I remember, the clitoris isn't talked about in biology/health classes, and isn't even put on most diagrams of the female undercarriage. That's insane. The world probably isn't really for to be taught in schools, but girls should at least be getting a complete picture of their bits that includes the major source of pleasure on their body. Basically, girls inherit this insanely complex and delicately balanced system, and learn basically nothing about it. But every single girl will wonder at some point if this or that is something normal or super serious, and most will have some issue down there sooner or later. Not female, but ladies, you are not responsible for managing everyone else's emotions. I have mothers, daughters, and wives in my practice who genuinely feel sympathy for everyone around them, and sink 80% plus of their time trying to compensate for the emotions of those people. You can't force a child, parent, or husband to be happy. You can be happy, and 90% of the rest is incidental. Doing this doesn't make you selfish, It allows others their accountability and empowers you to care for yourself. Don't pretend to be dumb. Any guy worth being with will want to be with a smart girl. Only thing I can think of that I haven't seen mentioned is that cold water is better at getting out blood than hot water. Don't use lube with glycerin in it. Nobody ever taught me this, and I used to have constant UTIs. Switched to a glycerin-free lube and I haven't had one since. Not to tolerate unwanted contact or touching. But also, if you are harassed, assaulted or raped, to know that it is not your fault, and it's not shameful to you. It doesn't make you less pure, not that I think before purity is relevant. No matter what others say, you are not weak or, you had a bad thing happen to you. You are still a good person. It's the perpetrator who is bad and weak. I would teach this to boys too. Being assaulted does not make you less of a man. If you're in an abusive relationship with a man, you should go with a form of birth control that cannot be altered with or let them know about it. Depot shots can really help a woman out here. Ideally, the best solution is to leave, but if they can't do that for whatever reason, she needs to be covered in terms of birth control. And also, leave. And do so safely. Have a go bag packed and hidden somewhere safe. Being friendly with a boy you aren't romantically/physically attracted to and him developing feelings for you isn't your fault, nor does it mean you were leading him on. You are under no obligation to date him. I guess this is for straight women only, but everyone will try to make you compete with other women for men. They will tell you that to make yourself look better, you have to make another woman look worse. They will tell you need to be all things to all men. There are not a finite supply of men in the world. There isn't even a finite supply of good men in the world. You're going to be much happier seeing other women as your teammates, not your enemies. How to turn a guy down without saying you have a boyfriend or pretending not to speak English. It's possible to be allergic to or semen. If you're experiencing pain during or after intercourse, look into whether you have a latex or allergy. Obviously this depends on contraceptive use. Took me way too long to realize this. That prolonged wearing of pointed closed-toe heels often cause bunions. I'm not sure how often this is taught, but I don't often see it mentioned. As a heel wearer in my 20s, I decided to stick with open-toe styles as soon as I found this out. I imagine regular rounded pumps might not be so bad. Practical advice: know how to shut off the mains water and gas supply in case something happens. Know how your car works and what is needed to service it. I knew a girl I went to uni with who didn't know that she had to check the oil and water levels in order to stop the engine from blowing up, which it did. Just general DIY. Google and YouTube are a big help. Dads and male/mums and female relatives should encourage young women to look after themselves. Don't waste your precious time, your love, your mental well-being on someone because you think they will change. Nothing, and I mean nothing, you do will change someone. A person will only change by themselves. You can offer love and support to friends, crushes and partners, but unless they want to change they will not. An ultimatum will not change them, marriage will not change them, a baby will not change them, nothing will. So if it's not something you can live with, get out. Edit. Just to be clear, I'm not saying that people will not/cannot change, they do. I'm saying that you cannot change someone else. They have to decide to make a change in themselves. How to handle uncomfortable advances, and what to do if they don't feel safe. Seems like many women think they should tolerate unwanted attention, and should take it as a compliment, or shouldn't hurt a guy's feelings, and so play along. Girls need actually strategies, not just vague empowering statements. It's especially vital for preteen and teen girls who are suddenly getting male attention, and don't have any experience or strong guidance in how to handle it, especially since the attention is often from older men or adults, often guys who are predators and know a girl their age is naive and pliable, and they may have no experience standing up for themselves to an adult. They also need to know who they can go to or call if they're feeling threatened or they find themselves in a dangerous situation, since many kids are too embarrassed to go to their parents. The last person you should ever compare yourself to is a celebrity. They have the ability to spend thousands of dollars a month on the most perfect healthy, organic food and diet and workout plans, and have access to the most high-end personal trainers. You are doing just fine. Make your goals realistic and don't get bummed out if you aren't progressing as fast as someone else. Ladies, if you're going out on a date, make sure someone you're close to, whether it be a parent or friend, knows the name of the person you're going out with and the address of where you'll be. For obvious reasons. Source: I casually dated a dude who murdered someone.